Hello everybody, welcome back to 7 Days to Die. Today we are in Labz and we are working on something brand new. I don't know why I keep saying we are working on something brand new. That seems to be the same thing I say every single time, because here we're just working on random BS that pops in our head, or in this case, shows up in chat. This one is Wizard Rincewin asked about the mining perk tree Miner 69 and Motherlode. Is Motherlode is useful, but is Miner 69'er? Why? That's way different than Mother 69'er. That is too early for your mind to be in the gutter. We're gonna need a pickaxe for this. And let's just go standard steel. Level 6. Okay. The only way I can think to test these, alright, for anybody who is not familiar with the differences between Miner 69'er and Motherlode. Miner 69'er increases the tier of the tool that you can make. And it increases the damage done by each one of the things. The axe, the pick, the shovel, the chainsaw, and the auger. It increases block damage and entity damage done by it. Motherlode, on the other hand, allows you to If everybody just knew how many times I got to where I was talking so fast because I was trying to say so many things at one time that I just have to cut and breathe. Oh my gosh. Motherlode, on the other hand, allows you to harvest more. 20% more at the base and 100% more on each one of the items. Axe, pickaxe, shovel, chainsaw, and the auger. Both of which are extremely useful, and the reason I say that is because one allows you to do more damage per thing. I don't know how many people get irritated about how long it takes you to break certain things and how much stamina you wind up going through because of this. So, what we're going to have to do, the only way I can think of to actually test which one is truly useful and why, is to try and do... should we do stone? So we have got Miner 69'er top. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set my timer. I'm going to do a stopwatch on each one of these. We're going to see how long it took for me to get to one end to the other end. So, let me get this in my hand. And posed to swing. Go. Oh my gosh. Paused it! Run! 4 minutes, 57 seconds. And that gave me 3,026 stone. And all in a Motherlode. Now then. We are going to do this. I am not in gun mode. We're going to reset. And... play. Oh, Jesus, Sage Christ, that took forever. Holy heck, I almost fell asleep like 20 times. Okay, finally finished with that one. This one took us 7:30. Okay, also something else I noticed while I was doing this, so I'll go ahead and write this in. It took 3 hits per ore that we were doing. This one only took 2 hits per ore. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Okay, so, Miner 69'er, that one was done, this one is done, and this is how much we got for our efforts, so that's a huge amount, guys. Now then, we're gonna set up yet another thing. Okay. Now, this particular test, I was sitting here thinking about what it would take to get the best deal we could possibly get. Let me run over here, grab me another Forgetting Elixir. Okay, now I have finished setting it up. The way that I did this, because I stopped to think so many times to make sure I was doing the math right, in order to max out either one of these, Motherlode or Miner 69'er, you have to use 13 points into your skill tree just to max out one of these. But you can get your skill tree up to 3 points into Motherlode and 3 points into Miner 69'er for less than it would cost to max out either one of those. So, and I actually had a couple of points left over. Technically, Technically, I could have put 4 points into each one of them, but say you didn't actually want to spend this much into either one of those. If you were to just say, I don't want to be the miner, but if I go mining, I want it to be significant. The amount that I can pull is significant, and I'm not spending 5,000 years doing it. Okay, we are going to give this a try. We're going to see how much we can pull out, how long it takes, and how many hits it takes for us to get through here. Oh my gosh. Okay, 456. Okay, so that was my that was my test. We did the Miner 69'er. It took 4 minutes, 57 seconds. We had 2 hits on each one of them. We got 3,000. Motherloads, 7 minutes, 30 seconds, 3 hits. We got 6,000. Now, this is the final one, the 3x3, where I put 3 points into each one of them instead of maxing out either one of them. Using less points, but ultimately, I think getting the best deal. We did this in 4 minutes and 56 seconds, and we got 4,800. Ultimately, it took me less time, and I got nearly the same amount. So what does this tell me? Well, basically, both of them are important. If you're using an auger, I would say probably Motherload is the best one to go with, because it's not really going to matter as much how much you're having to hit the stone, except that it's still going to take longer. You're going to use up your durability on your auger, and you have more of a chance to call in a screamer. And keep in mind, this is without any mods or anything inside here. No points into my stamina at all. We would normally put some stuff into Sexy T-Rex to help out with these digits. So these are not definitive. Plus, all of my games, every single one of my games, in the beginning thing, hold on, let me show you. Right here in advance, my player block damage is at 200%. The game starts out at 100%. This is what it means. It's 100%. It's white, therefore the value has not been changed. Whenever you change a value from the base game, it turns yellow. I always put mine at 200% because I am very, very impatient. I'm an impatient person. But 300 kind of makes it, I don't know, makes it to where the auger doesn't feel like it's successful. Like, if I get the auger, it really doesn't mean anything because I'm doing so much block damage with my pickaxe. What's the point even having an auger? It doesn't matter. So I found 200 is like the best middle ground. So that was the results of this particular run, is because of all of those factors. Remember, whenever you're doing block damage, it also has to do with all the books that you've read, because I think there's a couple that have to do with that. Any effects that you have, like the candies, the coffees, and everything else. So your results may differ a little bit from mine. But ultimately, I would say out of both of those, Motherload is important. But do not neglect the Miner 69'er, because that is where you get your block damage. The more block damage you do, the quicker you can break the block and you get the resource. Right now, I'm getting 35. That was the initial hit. Whenever I do it again, I get 53. And it's the same way every time I've done it. So, 35. 53. 35. 53. So the majority of the amount of whatever resource you're going to get is going to happen during the breaking of the block. I personally think it's better to put 3 points into each one of them. Therefore, you get an easier time trying to break the block and more resources from it. This particular method seems to work better. And then whenever you do finally get the extra points for the extra levels, you can put those into them, because that's when it's really starting to cost more. Technically, you can even do 4x4 and get a little bit more per hit, because at that particular point, you're still not quite getting to the I'm extremely expensive part just yet. Yeah, you have to have a strength of level 5, which is just the 1 point. So for 1 more point in a strength, I could technically put Miner 69'er and Motherload both into tier 4s, which would give me even better deal. Once you try to get to that tier 5, you're looking at needing to take it up by 4 points into strength before you can even add a point into Miner 69'er or Motherload. So I would definitely say Put 4 into each group and stop. Unless you're like the digger on a server, or if you're playing by yourself and you just really need resources, at that particular point, there's no point in putting any more points into Miner 69'er. You should be with all of the mods inside your pickaxe, with your sexy T-Rex and everything else that's going on. Miner 69'er is no longer going to be useful, in which case you need to go for the mother load so you're getting more per hit. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the day. I will see you then. You have a wonderful day, wonderful night, and you stay shiny. Bye! Times have changed. The zombie apocalypse is here. Do we run? Do we hide? Or do we adapt and build? Do we survive?